starting with the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 is a contagious disease caused by the coronavirus SARS-CoV-2. The first known case was identified in Wuhan, China, in December 2019. The disease quickly spread worldwide, resulting in the COVID-19 pandemic. The symptoms of COVID-19 are variable, but often include fever, fatigue, cough, breathing difficulties, loss of smell, and loss of taste. The virus is derived from a bat-borne disease and is most likely transmitted to humans via another animal in nature. It killed an estimated 7 to 35 million people. The global pandemic of HIV and AIDS began in 1981, and it's an ongoing worldwide public health issue. HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is one of the world's most serious health and development challenges. HIV is thought to have occurred after people ate chimps that were carrying the simian immunodeficiency syndrome, SIV, which is a virus that attacks the immune system. Approximately 39 million people are currently living with AIDS, and tens of millions of people have died due to AIDS-related causes since the beginning of the epidemic. The Hong Kong flu, also known as the 1968 flu pandemic, was a flu pandemic that occurred in 1968 and 1969, which killed between 1 to 4 million people globally. It is among the deadliest pandemics in history and was caused due to the H3N2 strain of the influenza A virus. The first recorded instance of the outbreak appeared in 13 July 1968 in British Hong Kong. The 1957 to 1958 Asian flu pandemic was a global pandemic of influenza A virus subtype H2N2 that originated in Guizhou in southern China. The number of excess deaths that was caused by the pandemic is estimated to be 1 to 4 million people around the world, making it one of the deadliest pandemics in history. The Spanish flu was an exceptionally deadly global influenza pandemic caused by the H1N1 subtype of the influenza A virus. Despite its name, researchers believe the Spanish flu most likely originated in the United States. One of the first recorded cases was on March 11, 1918, at Fort Riley in Kansas. Unsanitary conditions create a fertile breeding ground for the virus. The influenza pandemic that swept the world in 1918 killed an estimated 50 million people. 1/5 of the world's population was attacked by this deadly virus. Within months, it had killed more people than any other illness in recorded history. The third plague pandemic was a major bubonic plague pandemic that began in Yunnan, China in 1955. This episode of the bubonic plague spread to all inhabited continents and ultimately led to more than 15 million deaths worldwide, and at least 10 million Indians were killed in the British Raj in India alone, making it one of the deadliest pandemics in history. Cholera is a bacterial disease that can cause severe diarrhea, dehydration, and even death if the disease goes untreated. The third cholera pandemic from 1846 to 1860 was the third major outbreak of cholera, originating in India in the 19th century, that reached far beyond its borders. The third cholera pandemic deeply affected Russia, with over 1 million deaths, and over 15,000 people died of cholera in Mecca in 1846. A 2-year outbreak began in England and Wales in 1848 and claimed 52,000 lives.